to Home Sweet Home Cooking. I am your host Rocky with my mother Kathy in my mother's kitchen as always. It is again a Monday night. It is game day. It is football time. So we are doing some more tailgaters, appetizers, party kind of stuff. And this one is a interesting looking recipe. We've never made it before. It's called Meatballs with Chipotle and honey sauce. There's going to be another recipe after this one, so there'll be 2 recipes on this. What we need to start this one is 2 pounds of meatballs. Use it within the freezer first. Oh well. There's a 3-pound bag, so I'm keeping back about 1 pound of meatballs. Those can join as brothers. 2 to 3 adobe, chipotle and adobo sauce peppers. Now these are going to go into a blender. We've got an immersion blender, so we're going to put it just in the mixing glass. And you want some of that sauce to go in there too. If you've never had chipotles, these are super smoky, decent amount of heat to them, but they're, I love them. I'll put chipotle in just about anything. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 3/4 cups of honey. Yes, dear. Each to it.
Did you want me honey? Sweetie?
I'll let you blend it, because you're immersion blender. I don't know how to do it. I ain't fancy like you.
I only used it once.
Yeah, I've got one at home. I've actually probably used it a lot more than she has. I've used mine so much it broke.
But mine is a KitchenAid, and that's going to last a long time because I said so.
Yeah, mine is a Hamilton Beach. Don't buy one. Alright. 1/3 cup chicken broth. Well, we went to Aldi's and bought chicken broth yesterday. My girlfriend and I did. And brand new, I just turned the twist top and that little foil seal is broken through. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to trust it. I'm not putting that in anything. Aldi's is going to get that back. So
that's the second time.
Did it once from Walmart, now once from Aldi's. Chicken broth both times. So it's going to be 1/3 cup of water. And it's supposed to be 1/3 teaspoon of this better than bouillon to make a cup. So I'm going to probably go a little more than that because this is actually really good chicken flavor. And I should mention these should be chicken meatballs, but I'm not picky like that. We're just using regular meatballs. So that'll make up the chicken broth. 1/3 cup tomato paste. I just happen to have about 1/2 can left over from something we did either last week or the week before. And 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Make sure you get 1 tablespoon. 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. She makes a good spoon holder. That's a tablespoon, so I'm going to do 2/3 of a tablespoon for 2 teaspoons. Go ahead and you can use the spoon to get it all off there. So I use that to get that one clean, and then I'm actually going to start with this to get this one cleaned off too. And then she's going to blend that. After we get it blended, we're just going to pour that over the meatballs, and it's going to go on high until they're hot. Probably these are frozen, so probably 3 hours. You can turn it down to low anytime after they're heated through, or turn it down to warm and serve from there. So when we get this mixed up, this will be turned back on, and we get all this cleaned up, and we're going to start on the second recipe. Be back in just a moment. Alright, the second part of today's video is garlic pizza wedges. It's basically garlicky bread. It takes 1 12-inch pre-baked pizza crust, just a store-bought. This is a Walmart brand because, well, this is what I can get. 1 cup of shredded parmesan. This is not the green shake can. This is the stuff that came in a bag that was shredded like this. I wouldn't use the powder shake stuff in this, I don't think. If you can get fresh parmesan and grate it, knock yourself out, that would be even better. 1 cup of mayonnaise. We like Dukes. Use what you want. Blue Plate, Hellman's, I don't care. I don't know about Miracle Whip in this one because
It's totally different.
Yeah.
It gives different taste in the end.
and I think in a garlic bread that you just kind of want it to melt away into the background like this. One small red onion. Well, we don't have any small ones, so I got a half of a red, diced fine. 1 teaspoon oregano. Oregano's a little bit old, but it still smells and tastes fine. Just not vibrant green as it should be. Has a 1 tablespoon of oregano, sorry. I said it as soon as I dumped it. And then 3.5 teaspoons of garlic. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon, so I'm just going to take a little bit overloaded tablespoon. That should be close enough. And it is garlic bread, so it's called garlic pizza wedges. You do want it to taste like garlic. You mix this up. Nothing to it. You're not trying to mix in anything like cream cheese or anything like that. You're just getting the mayonnaise to wet everything that's in it. Well, like that. You're going to spread it on top of your pre-baked pie crust. Spread it out edge to edge. And it said 1. I mean, it looks like a lot here, so this is my first time making this. We're going to find out if it works or not, but the recipe does say 1 pre-baked pizza crust. And this is going to go in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes until the edges start to brown in a 450 degree oven. So we've got something else in the oven right now. As soon as that's done, we'll step up the temp to 450. And actually, this one might sit out for a little bit before we do that because my dad is he's sleeping right now, and this is one of the foods that he would eat. Maybe. So this one may hold off. We can make it up in advance and then just toss it in when you're ready for it. Not a biggie.
It's white. He may not eat it.
Yeah. And but it's garlic bread. It's not pizza. It's not a white sauce. It's garlic bread.
Well, he's used to his garlic bread yellow.
Yeah. So for a dipping sauce, it calls for you can use an Alfredo sauce. I've got a store brand roasted garlic Alfredo sauce, so we'll use that for a dipping sauce. I'll just tell him it's a cheese sauce, not Alfredo sauce. But that's going to go in the oven. When it's done, we'll bring it back out, we'll cut it up, and we'll give it a taste. We'll be back in a few moments. Okay, the meatballs with the chipotle honey sauce are heated through, and we're ready for the old taste test. Remember, just store-bought meatballs, nothing special.
But they were hard to make, those meatballs.
I know, right?
They're good.
Those are fantastic for me. I like chipotle, and the honey balances out the heat. And I think, yeah, and a homemade meatball would be better, but
More like work.
yeah. But if you're trying to feed a bunch of hungry people for a game and you want to be part of the game too, you don't want to be sitting there slaving over
Right.
food. You want to throw something together, turn the crock pot on, and walk away. That's the simplicity of this. Like I mentioned in the other video, my tailgate ones have a simple crock pot recipe. There's usually 2 in them. A simple crock pot recipe, you throw it together, you let it go. You can either go watch the game, or you can start making another appetizer aside, or the main meal, which is going to be more intricate, more labor intensive. And this one you can just forget about it. And that's why I like things like this. So, delicious.
And if you have a lot of tailgate parties at your house, you gotta feed them.
Easy to double it. Just add 2 bags and double your ingredients. You just need a bigger crock pot.
Yeah.
Simple, easy to do, and I love them. So
Or fill up a roaster.
fill up a roaster. All right, I'll get this cleared off. We'll get the next recipe. Is not in the oven yet. My dad is actually in bed yet, so we're gonna wait for him to wake up for it. Put that one in because he actually might eat that one.
Or not.
So when he gets up, we'll get that one in the oven, get it fired off, and then we'll be back to taste that one. So
I'm
see you.
full, you eat that one.
Okay. So, yeah, we've been picking out on the other 2 recipes, so we'll move back in just a bit. All right, so we ran into one little problem with this. In the pizza pan, the way it was, all the fat from the cheese just sat there, melted down, and the crust is very greasy. Well, let's see how the flavor turns out, because you can fix that by doing it on a broiler pan or doing it on a cooling rack over a cookie sheet, but it's very hot, so. It smells good.
There's my piece.
The flavor's good. Just that the crust.
It's crispy.
Yeah.
Well, that's an outside piece
Yeah.
too.
I like the flavor.
That's good.
I just wish I would have known about the, I mean, you can see how shiny that bottom of that crust is and how much milk fat is there. But I think, yeah, I'll try this one again, and I'll do it over either a cooling rack, like a cookie sheet, cooking rack over a cookie sheet, cooling rack over a cookie sheet, there we go, or just over a regular broiler sheet for your, like, broiling a roaster pan, whatever you want to call it, that's up off the bottom and has someplace for the fat to go. But what do you think of the flavor?
Flavor's good.
Very good. This is just an Alfredo cheese sauce. I think it works good for a dipping sauce. Doesn't really need it. I like this.
Nothing wrong with it.
I will definitely do this one again. I just gotta remember, because I know I'm gonna do this again because the pizza crusts come in a 2-pack. So when I do this again, I'll try it out the other way. Give it a try. The flavor is fantastic. Bacon would be really good in this too. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it. If you try it and you have the same problem with grease or without grease, let me know. If you have your other recipes that you want to try or want me to try in our videos, please let us know. We would love to give them a shot. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great night.